welcome to antburglar does, I don't know what to call this. Antburglar does casting or replays or just watching games and talking over them. But no, today we're going over Homestory Cup XIX, so the 19th Homestory Cup. Winner takes $4,000. And boy am I excited for this Group B. Looking at the results I already know. Unfortunately, I wish I didn't know, but when I didn't know, I didn't know. But now that I know, I know. And that's pretty good. So, one matchup that's in Group B is Serral versus Stats. And we're gonna see what it means to be a winner. Oh crap, I might have loaded up the wrong one. Okay, no, we're fine. So this first match, it's Stats versus Serral, a PvZ matchup. And you know, I enjoy a good PvZ, you know, it's a good hard fought battle. And these guys, these are two key players in StarCraft 2, I gotta say. These are main characters for sure. You cannot just expect these guys to fall off a horse and like impale themselves with their own sword, you know. These are military generals just about. You gotta be scared of these guys. And so to say that Stats versus Serral is gonna be a match is putting it very lightly. This is gonna be an amazing fight. Similar to jousting. If you have two master jousters just going at each other on horses, yeah, someone's gonna get clipped for sure. And I have great joy seeing who it's gonna be. Whether it's Stats, whether it's Serral, I don't really care. As long as someone gets clapped. So we're gonna take a view from everyone. Get a look at the projection tab. We're gonna start off in the top left. We've got the blue Protoss pieces. This is Stats. Bam. And at the bottom right, we have none other than World Championship Grand Finalist and Tournament winner. It is. And Esports' Serral. What a monster. Absolute beast. Pulls his drone out. Obviously, if he was gonna get can rushed, it'd be right then and there. Nope. Got these drones coming out. So, 18 gas, 17 pool. 46 seconds. Not bad. Clearly standard. And Stats knows every mineral counts, so he's gonna go in there and mess up the mining. And he's really going nothing crazy, dude. 20 Nexus, 20 Cyber Core, 20 of course referring to the supply that they built it on. Very fast. That's catching everything, not letting anything go by. Drawing this guy back here. Checking his mineral line, checking his Serral's mineral line. If anything fast happens, he wants to know. So he's not only is he denying minerals right here, but he's looking right at the larva. So he knows as soon as it's built, and he knows pretty much what's going to pop out of it at this point. Your spawning pool just finishes, you're getting at least 2 forwardlings. But still, just seeing that extra build time on the larva. Takes 12 seconds for drones to hatch. 17 seconds for the zerglings to hatch, so a 5-second difference, but spotted quite easily if you're a pro. Goes for the pneumatized carapace. Ooh, drops zergling speed. Did he have it producing and then drop it? Yep, 210. Adds it in. And what's he seeing here? Because something is going to make him go... Okay, you know what? Cancel that. And just give me the overlord speed.
Under attack.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, he's just droning. Flat out. Overlord speed, very cool. Like, if they get a stalker, which doesn't even look like he's gonna get for a little bit, because he's getting a Stargate. Okay. But these speedy overlords are gonna be able to escape from Phoenixes, pretty sure, if they can get back to a queen in time. And StatsvSerral hasn't scouted any key tech yet. As well as stats. Just looks like he's happy to probe up for now, using his chronos as he needs. Gets his oracle started after a Phoenix. And that upgrade kicks in. He's got Scout's Rod.
Swarm forces under attack.
He sees everything he needs to see. He sees a Phoenix attacking him. He sees 2 gas going down, and he knows what timing that's at. This is spectacular. He knows everything that's going on. Redoes metabolic speed now. So just taking a little bit of priority on that. He's got 3 on gas still. And goes for 2 spores. He knows this oracle's gonna come in around now. Oh, one's coming by. Just barely catches it on the minimap, but it doesn't matter because you saw it on the minimap. And it's already finished. 410. Pretty unbelievable stuff, man. Doesn't look like Stats wants to dive in just yet. "21-second spore build time, 27-second build time." Huh. If you scout it like 10 seconds late and build a spore immediately, you're good. This feels good, man. Meanwhile, Stats going, okay, I've got 47 workers. I'm even gonna build more than that. Just kidding, 47 is fine for me. I'm gonna grab an Immortal, and I bet he grabs a Forge and a Twilight. But, let's see, he's got a Overlord right in the middle of his mineral line, but he doesn't care. Drops his Forge and his Twilight. 511, this Adept back on the 3rd base. That's gonna get 8 drone kills, oh my gosh. 9! Yeah, this is quite rough. And look, 3 oracles coming in here. Masterful control. He's gonna really annihilate this mineral line. 15 drone kills go down. And with StatsvSerral probing like a madman, really hurts. Now they're even. But StatsvSerral doesn't have that tech, you know, he's got Ling speed and he's got pneumatized carapace. As for structures, he's just got a lair and a roach warren. He needs upgrades, man. Glio reconstitution, okay. Yeah, roach speed. Get some roaches, but is there an Evo on the way? He's got 300 gas. Grabs an overseer. Takes 12 seconds. Get some more roaches. It's up to 8. And if he gets this much gas, you might just make him in. Oh, nope. Just drops the Nidus. And goes, hey, you know. I've got this guy here. So that Nidus is going in, but so are these oracles right here. Beautiful control. Oh my gosh. 3, take it. 5, 6, 7. No, dude. This is so painful, bro. Where's the spore? Oh, okay, never mind. He's chilling. Serral deciding enough is enough. Yeah, I'm Nidusing. Right outside your third. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So he's got about 8 force fields and a guardian shield. Let's see it. Let's see him do it. Overreact to this Nidus, but the real fight is over here. Boom, 3. 3 more. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. He's got a few more force fields, not that many. 1, 2. Hasn't popped the guardian shield, so he actually has up to 12, but doesn't let those roaches get out alive. Meanwhile, the Nidus worm in the main, the changeling in the corner. Serral. Our Stats has to recall and deal with this dumpster fire in his main. But 4 immortals. Ling's doing some damage here. This is easily the strongest unit of this army right here. It's not for these Lings. These immortals would have no problem just chunking away at these roaches. You know, 5 good shots and all of these roaches are dead, but unfortunately it's taking a little longer. But massive damage goes down against the immortal guardian shield already goes down, but just the fact that Serral had to kind of move in on this position. Once that warping gets shut down, but Stats is ready for a counterattack. He really didn't commit all of his units on this. And this immortal gets away, 22 damage. Let's see the Ravagers. It's just roaches now. Oh, we've got another. No unload. They weren't in the... They weren't in it. Okay. It's alright. See what he's doing. How is Serral gonna get back into this game? He's down in 10 workers now. He's all in on these roaches and Ravagers right now. 4 Lings for Serral. But just looking at the 3 immortals, the 15 zealots mainly, as many zealots as there are roaches. Stats, he's really mining right now. This is no joke. He's 57. Okay, he's gonna century this. So just getting that catch on the 9 roaches right there. Oof. Oof. Loses a Templar. That's annoying. He's a lot of bios. He can't destroy this. He even misses those 2. And he can't get up this ramp right now. No. 57 to 47 workers. He's got +2 and Storm on the way with Blink now. But he gets right up in his face, looks at Immortal in the eye and goes, "You're dead." That's dodges away. Not committing too hard to this, he knows. Serral going for a Nidus right here.
Swarm forces under attack.
Anything that'll give him a foothold here. Loses a queen on the ramp again. She gets picked apart, man. 13 roaches, 6 ravagers. Just can't make it in. 4 immortals, never die. Zealots and sentries. Yeah, making Archons against roaches can really feel bad sometimes. They zap them, but it's really not always the damage you want. So, wow, what an amazing game, really. That was just awesome. That was just awesome. Stats takes the 1-0 lead against Serral in this Homestory Cup. I should put that up here. Cool, that way you know. So, I can't wait to see what game 2 is going to look like after that treat from Stats. Now this next map is going to be on Thunderbird. I don't know, it's kind of like it's the bad apple of this map pool currently, with just like the mineral fields. They're not that annoying or that unique or terrible to deal with, but you know, they're there. They're there. So let's see. Just get rid of this production, and in the bottom right. Just look over here because this guy zips around. Anyways, in the bottom right, we have the blue. Wait. We have the, yes, they're blue. We have the blue Protoss pieces. It is Stats. Again, gas before the gateway. Very fun. You get a lot of gas early. Serral. Going for a 16 hatch most likely. $16 hatch, even if you leave immediately after building this pylon, you won't get there in time. You'll get there just in time to see that you're out of time. But as soon as this finishes, he's got 16 on minerals, the most efficient amount supposedly. Just 2 on each patch. Patch gas pool, it looks like. Big surprise. No big surprise really. These guys, it's not like Dork versus Zest or something. Like there's not going to be big, huge timing attacks that are going to blindside the other opponent. No. These guys know what they're seeing when they see it. So this first Overlord for Serral is really going to see everything it needs to. I hope. Fingers crossed. But scouts after that Cybercore. Gets a good timing on that pylon. If you scout right after making the gateway with this Nexus first build, it feels a little bad. You get like a 154, 155 pylon, and then that adept doesn't come out quite as fast. So for stats, getting that 208 adept is way better than that 212 adept. It's like I don't know, man, way better. They just don't like not getting that first unit out. But changes his mind, sees that stalker, sees that Overlord hanging around, and goes, nope, I'm gonna build a stalker. And I think I know this spell. Yeah.
Base is under attack.
Can't see the lings. But yeah, 4 lings. Might as well send them over, especially if he starts a stalker. What's he gonna do? But Twilight Dark Shrine. Oh wait, Twilight Robo. Sorry. Dark Shrine. He's just holding the ramp. Nice. Finishes the wall off. And Serral just wants to kind of keep an eye on this. Look at the mini-map here. He's got this 4 lings patrolling with an Overlord. He's got an Overlord here. A little bit bruised from the Stalker, no big deal. He's got an Overlord here, so anything flying out this way, anything flying out up, anything flying out diagonal, Serral has got a hand on it. Making the most of these 4 lings out here. He's actually just got 6 lings. What? Rotorn and Lair in production. Meanwhile, we've got Dark Shrine, but that doesn't exactly mean a DT drop. However, if you see that a DT drop would be really good, then yeah, go ahead and go for it. So right now, I think he's gonna go for an Overseer as soon as this finishes up. Cool. It's the Overseer. Looks like he's about 4 seconds late, but oh, never mind. That was the second Overseer. He already had the first one ready. So that Warp Prism's gonna get chased off, you know, buzz off. And Serral droning behind it. He's kind of built up the defense that he wants to get for right now, and now he's excited to drone, man. 74 of 90 supply. Looks like he's planning to shoot up to hopefully about 120 or so. Builds a Spore. Just one though right now. Maybe he'll go for one later, but Stats working in behind this. Let's see what he's got going on right now. No Twilight upgrade. Third base. This is very nice. These guys can defend for sure. So 530, he knows he's gonna come in 40 seconds after it builds and try and knock it out of this guy. Very cool. Anyways, they're Archons now. And they're gonna hunt for some damage. Oh, beautiful transfuse on that roach. Oh my gosh, so his lair is good. This is the hatchery. This is the lair. We've got 2 queens on the top right of the main, 1 on the bottom. Got these guys defending, and Serral actually packing up for a Ling drop in the main. Doesn't look like there's anything here. Starting to charge, drops him in, and let's see what Stats sees right now. He's going, you want to drop me? I'm dropping you. Stats goes, I'll kill all 8 of your lings, whatever. Serral goes Infestation Pit. The Nevo upgrade. And a Nidus, okay. So what's gonna come out of this hive? $200, $150, he has enough. Oh well. No, actually going for Swarm Host. That's what you're going to the Infestation Pit for. Oh, come on, stop using all your larvae, Serral. I want to see. Yes! What can I build out of you? Okay, 3 supply. Not bad. So that's a good Nidus location. And Stats is getting flashback to WCS Grand Finals right now. He's going, okay, I wonder what tech you went for. Okay, a Nidus. And he's weighing the cost benefits right now. He's going, okay. So he probably warped something in. Okay, I see a huge fat swarm of locusts. I know what's going on now. This is not quite the bite-sized army you want. Okay, there you go. Much cleaner there. Those locusts are wiped out now. It's safe to go mine again. Open the mines back up. The mines are open for business. Get some pylons. Doesn't really look like he needs supply, but he's got money, so let's go for it. You know, finds the mother load over here. Serral doesn't want to drop on those immortals. He can just pick them up, so moves them over to the third base of Stats. Oh, takes out a stalker. Nice, nice. Every unit counts when you're trying to leverage these free swarm hosts, these free biles, these free transfuses from the queens. Every good trade counts, because you're just trying to take good trades until you eventually win. I mean, eventually, if you're trading good enough, if you're trading well enough. they shouldn't have units to keep trading with at a certain point. But Infestor's coming through. These look like... Oh, never mind, they're locusts. They look kind of like birthday units over here, but... Serral posturing for sure. Oh, whoops, sorry. Oh, I'm not trying to take command, bro. You can play this one, Serral. Yeah, loses 2 roaches. That's rough, man. But Locust coming in, gonna find some damage.
Mineral field depleted.
You know, every pylon you knock loose, every probe you knock loose, kind of cool. Especially with this strategy. I mean, there's just very little risk involved. Almost takes out that Archon, that would be amazing, but cleaning up these groups of Stalkers, not exactly the best defense against Swarm Host after Swarm Host. Maybe if they had cannons and batteries backing him up, but right now, he's actually stalling. I knew he was going to go for that hive. Yeah. So he's getting +2 range weapons, building his Niduses. Oh. Alright. Kind of getting caught out right here, just realizing that he just lost like a whole bunch of armies. Oh, never mind, he's already recreating it. In production, 21 roaches. I'm terrified. I just am. This is terrible. This may look bad for Serral, but really, he's got Swarm Hosts harassing the economy of stats, keeping him busy at home, but this main force out here, I would want most of the Swarm Hosts for it. Wouldn't you want a whole bunch of Swarm Hosts up? You take down this huge Stalker ball? Stalkers aren't even efficient traders against all that many Locusts. All of these roaches coming through. Doesn't matter. They get force fielded off and they can't join in the battle. That's a lot of Stalkers blinking in, cutting off the reinforcements of Serral. Serral looking frantically for his units, trying to find them. They're all destroyed right now or in production. He's got 25 roaches and 20 lings coming in. And in Greater Spire coming in. If he can just hold off for long enough. But really he needs to get minerals. He needs to get gas. And he spent it all right now. He spent it all on this fight to shut down these Stalkers. The Blink. Blink is too strong. Really getting a lot of value that he needed out of it, but Serral knows that this is his one chance. Pulls the drones. He's got to collapse on this with both sides. Let the Swarm Host tank. Let them take some damage. Find everything you can, but oof, maybe he's getting good damage. Stats going down in supply too. The only difference is he's got money behind it. Serral, he's just lost his 3rd base. He's just lost many mining probes, drones. He's way behind in probes now, in drones. Just now getting the carapace upgrade. He's got +2 missiles, and he's actually cleaned up this fight, this group of stats. Stats is on the back foot here. Out of money now. He was really on 3 bases, hoping to clutch a win here, but only 2 base fully saturated, 2 base mining essentially. He knows that Serral's got to be just as desperate of a situation, but 1 Swarm Host remaining. Force fields him down. Very powerful. Kites back. Looks like he might just have enough for this. Serral needs to win right here, while Stats just needs to defend. Yep, and Serral was defeated. GG's out. Victory, Stats. Yeah. +3 about to finish before that fight. Not to mention 4 Immortals. 5 stalkers, 3 sentries, 4 stalkers, an immortal, 2 immortals. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So could he possibly have made Broodlords? I mean, okay, he knows that he has...
Swarm forces under attack.
No, it feels bad, man. Because if he morphs in these Corruptors, and then tries to morph in... If he tries to morph in these Corruptors, then tries to morph in Broodlords, what about these Stalkers? 5 Stalkers is easily enough to deal with them on the ground if there's... like...
Mutation complete.
5 Stalkers, 9 Stalkers, 6 Stalkers, morph in 4, 10 Stalkers. That's good kills. You're kind of hitting them. 22, and then a Broodlord only has like 300 health. Yeah. Broodlords don't even end up being the answer of this game because of these Blink Stalker stats. Really, you know, fleshed out a win here. Awesome. Whew, that was a good 2-game series. But Stats very practiced since their last matchup in the World Championship Finals. Obviously, that's a bigger stage. It wasn't around a 32 at that time. You know, when the pressure's on, you really need to play kind of stock standard. But yeah, amazing push, amazing control. Taking out the 4th base of StatsvSerral, taking out the ramp, defending, all these things. Stats is just immaculate at. He overstepped on the front door of StatsvSerral, blinking in up the ramp, you know, and basically just on top of all of these +2 roaches. I think Stats had +2 as well, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but still, you know, I feel like he just knew that he had to really bend StatsvSerral's arm to get a win there, because otherwise StatsvSerral would really just play fast, play furious. And those locusts needed to be taken out. You can't keep letting your opponent use those free locust spawns every 30 or so seconds, damaging your economy, and just go, well, hopefully he stops. No, you go over there, you make him stop, you go, hey, get off the controller, it's my turn. My mom said so. So Stats taking StatsvSerral out of the game. Not out of Homestory Cup, but, you know, out of that one game. Out of those 2 games, really. Oh, let me update the score. 2. Oh. StatsvSerral. So Stats, really immaculate. Really awesome. Great plays. Oh my gosh. Let me try and get another replay of Stats. Risky for his Stats. Risky loses all of his games. I feel very bad about that. Sort of. Stats beats all of these guys. Bunny, nice. Sue, oh my gosh. Wow, Zest, okay. Okay. That's awesome. A Propolis Terran-sided map? Very cool. Actually, instead of stats versus someone else, we're gonna watch a game with Zest. So Zest versus Sue, awesome. So we have Cause versus Zest. I don't know Cause. Ptitdrogo versus Zest. Maybe that's a good PvP. Okay, so we've got 2 Protoss games, 2 PvPs. And Ptitdrogo, I like to talk about both of these players, honestly, when this game gets started and gets going. But PvP is a matchup that boggles the mind and yeah, it just boggles the mind, and I just eat that up. I just want to see more. I love seeing the interactions. I love seeing what's possible, what's not, and what each player tries to do to try to get the upper hand in this weird matchup. But everyone, good luck, have fun. This is obviously Homestory Cup, so, you know. And it's PvP, so watch out. But in the top left corner, the blue Protoss pieces. It is Zest. Meanwhile, in the bottom right, with the red Protoss pieces, the Firebirds, it is Ptitdrogo. Well, both players chilling, hanging out. And they're gonna enjoy some StarCraft, you know, they're playing their own game, they're macroing around, they're checking all the spots that they can build. Let's take a look at Zest, see if he has anything planned. Yep. There he goes, flashing that 400, 600 APM. Not going too heavy on gas right now, but definitely wants it. The main thing I want to watch for, because most every PvP is just 2 gate, 2 gas, cybercore, 4, 6, 8 army, and then you expand. But I want to see if they go Stalker Sentry, Stalker Stalker, or maybe Adepts. See if you can get some cheeky Adepts in, get some economic damage. There's more potential there for economic damage than with Stalkers or Stalker Sentry for sure. There's 0 economic damage potential with Stalker Sentry unless you get a Prism and just YOLO it to the other side of the map, but it doesn't look like that's going on. Looks like we got Stalker Stalker for Zest, and then we've got Stalker Sentry for Petit. So I'm curious to see how these players will try and get the upper hand against each other. Zest drops this pylon in here, sees what units he's building, cancels it, and starts his 2 Adepts. Zest loves his Adepts. Looks like they're evenly matched on their natural expansions too. But yeah, 2 Stalkers, 2 adepts, very powerful. Because even now it's 2 to 3. It's 2 versus 3 stalkers, not 2 versus 4 stalkers. But maybe Petit has something to say about that. Looks like he's getting 2 more sentries on top of that. So most of his gas is going into this. Trying to figure out, what do I want to build now? I've got 250, 150 minerals to gas. And where were those shades? On top of it, he's watching. So Petit sees a robo. Drops his own robo and a forge. Petit's got his own adepts. Zest has his own adepts as well. And he goes, okay, I see your 2 adepts. I'm gonna shade mine. Realizes he could get that 1 drone kill, but that's still not worth it when you have 250 resources worth of adepts. Oof, almost gets him, but looks like he's gonna be able to come in, get 2 probe kills. 4, yikes. 5, 6. 1 more? Nope. Might be able to just clean it up right here. Nice. 6 is where it stays, and Zest going ham in his natural too. Zest is going ham in Ptitdrogo's natural. But getting a good scout of all the units that he's building. Sees a bunch of sentries. Realizes that natural's just gonna be a little bit undefended because of how it is. And warps in some adepts. Picks him up. Ooh, not the natural. He goes for the main, drops him in. Sees +1 starting, and Ptitdrogo scouts this so fast. But obviously it's going to take some time for these adepts to die. 2 stalkers does not clear them out very quickly, and they're getting value right now. So 8 probes going down in total, on top of all the damage that was just taken earlier. But both players punching each other in the chest and just seeing who was gonna get pushed over, you know. This is just natural in PvP, you know. They shoot some bullets into your probes, you lose like 10. So you go over there and you punch 2 adepts in their chest, get 10 kills too. So he's flying in. He's got some mortals, got another robo in operation. Heck yeah. He goes, hey, I don't see stargates. We'll drop a bunch of gateways. And a Templar archive. I'll go charge Archon with +1. And you can do whatever you want, Zest. This is Ptitdrogo speaking. Yeah, Zest flies in with that guy, Wild Phoenix. He's getting a lot of gates. Oh, never mind, he was on 2 that whole time. Yeah, 6 gates. A little bit later on this, a little later on the +1 as well. This feels bad, you know? Does he have some other advantage that I don't know about? Jesus. Oh, the warp prism goes down! He's gonna lose those immortals. And now Zest's losses are higher than Ptitdrogo's. So quite a ballsy move to try and double immortal drop. I mean, it's really, you know, it's something. But it's not your first. It's not really your go-to in PvP. Gets more probe kills. This is really painful, you know? Every time these adepts get in here, these army units have to get called in. Oh my gosh. Even just losing 1 more probe than you technically, or like, you know, should. Feels bad. That's still in the negative, trying to bring up a positive. Looks like he could go for a Nexus, a third base Nexus at any moment, but actually decides to throw down 2 shield batteries and 2 cannons at the natural. Whoa. Maybe kind of sensing that there's like an all-in going on from Petit. And speak of the devil, Petit is massing outside of Zest's base. And Zest, very cool, man. He realizes Petit is not spending his defensive minerals on static defense at all. So let's look at Zest, who has 2 cannons, 2 batteries, and 2 pylons supporting it. His whole army here as well. All of these zaps on the zealots really disintegrate them, make them kind of disappear. Yeah, this gets pushed back. Zest is so glad that he wanted to fight and that he just barely built those. It was like he got a hunch of what he was doing. Meme. Nice. Gets out of there once he realizes that the reinforcements are there. Yeah, merging his Archons, getting his Immortals. Okay. Ooh, that's gonna be a lot of probe kills if he connects. Ooh. Heart attack when they get that close. Looks like he's still got a chance. Oh my gosh. Ptitdrogo. Waving a knife in front of Zest's face. Asking him if he wants to play, and Zest goes, no. Get out of my house, you buffoon. You're trying to test his patience, get him to overreact a little bit. You know, pulls out a hallucinated Phoenix. Sees if he'll just recall right then and there. And Zest was not paying attention right there. Just, I actually want to see what was going on there, see what his camera was. Because he just micros this warp prism, like, it's sitting there. And he goes, don't I have a prism? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, with an Archon and two Zealots. He goes, oh yeah, what about... Oh. So that's a prism he has to remake, you know. Boom, recalls his main. Pulls out a bunch of probes. Awesome. Zest cornering that warp prism. If it's kind of like an unwritten rule, you just have one warp prism when you're Protoss. It doesn't really matter what's going on, you get one prism. And if that dies, you make another one, because you need one. So he knows that Ptitdrogo's one prism is locked away in the corner. He's not going to recall, doesn't look like. But if he does, he'll know. Right now Zest is going, haha, I have one prism, you have 0 prisms. Oh, there you go. Here's that recall. Okay, yeesh. Pulls those patrolling stalkers to the main army, wants to get everything kind of together. Chronos up his upgrades, and he's going to want to take a base, drop 3 or 4 pylons. So while that's going on, gets his immortal production up, drops his Nexus, and postures. Looks like Ptitdrogo's going for another big attack. It looks like Ptitdrogo's +3 is gonna finish. I don't really like where this is going. OG Zest +2 versus +3 about to finish. Warps in his last 2 Archons and 4 Zealots. Let's take a look. So, about 34 Zealots? Okay. Let's see how this goes. Ptitdrogo. Microing those zealots up. And he's going, do I have enough? I have a red HP Archon, 2 HP. Still putting the damage in. Ptitdrogo. Wow. Decisive. This just lost a little too much there. Maybe he was spread a little too thin? I mean, gosh. But Zest got his +2 and then didn't spring for the +3. I mean, he can definitely get it right here. He goes for the shield upgrade. I mean, it's good when you have 6 Archons, but against that many Zealots, you really just want the one hit to do like 50 damage. That's what you want. And I just want to look at the units, because Ptitdrogo's going, have you heard about how awesome Zealots are? Yeesh. Ptitdrogo versus Zest, game 1. Goes to Ptitdrogo. Wow, man. Ptitdrogo and Zest are two Protoss players that I've kind of recently seen, and I really enjoy seeing them in these games. I just love seeing them in high ranked tournaments. I don't think that Zest is just gonna win WCS Grand Finals like out of the blue or anything, but it's nice to see like the progression that these players go through. It's not all at once usually. It's over time, built up over many games, through experience and just dedication, practice. So it's nice to see that Zest and Ptitdrogo are dedicated and really trying a lot. So when these two are matched up, you know, it's like a coin toss, really. Like I feel like both could either be a little off that game or be super on that day, and then just get their win, you know. But these guys always bring in some interesting games. I like to see what direction they take the game in, and I love to see them try their really hard. So, in the top right corner, we have the blue pieces, the blue Protoss pieces. We have OG Zest. And in the red, in the bottom left corner, with the red Protoss pieces again, the Phoenix, the flaming probes, the Warriors of Blood. It is Ptitdrogo. Oh, sorry. Cool. Ptitdrogo. Weird. Yeah, you can just gate right there. Okay. Checks it out. Coast is clear. If you're gonna go build it, might as well go give it like a 1 second look. Oh, crap, not following the action. These two probes are about to meet. Ships in the night. So these two probes arriving at just about exactly the same time. Tagging onto these minerals going. Kind of like that Spider-Man meme where they're both just pointing at each other. Like, hey, that's my opener. And kind of just like last game. Zest opting for 2 Stalker opener, and ptitdrogo opting for Stalker Sentry. So no immediate leads can be, immediately obvious here, but obviously if these sentries, force fields, guardian shields, hallucinates, and then force fields again before it dies, that's awesome. Gets more value than the Stalker that Zest made. OG Zest going, you better not build the depths, man. Thank you. But this is pretty much always just a great move to be moving these stalkers out here onto the map. Because the worst that can happen is that they made 2 stalkers too. And then, if you take a bad fight at the bottom of a ramp, you just gotta back off, and then or you got a potential to kind of take an advantage. So those 2 stalkers forced the 3 stalkers out of ptitdrogo, and Zest is going, okay, dude, let's see how you go against an oracle. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Holy moly, this micro from Zest. No, he needs to take out these sentries right now with these adepts. That'd be beautiful if he could. With a tickle beam, tickling a little too much. Zest is going, stop it! Stop! I'm not playing anymore! Stop! Knock it off! It's not funny! Doesn't tickle, it hurts. Trying to get ptitdrogo to stop, but okay. Right before the shield battery finishes, gets a nice 2 probe kill. Doesn't want to risk any more than that. Turns off his laser. Oh crap! Player camera's on. Turns off his laser beam. He's gonna have a good amount of energy on both these guys. They could both stasis ward if they wanted to, but most likely they're gonna come in there. And they're gonna rain some thunder. So behind the 2 stargates. Sends his 1 stalker home, warps in 2 more stalkers, so now he's got 5. Or 4 now. And 3 if that one dies. He's just gonna run off and goes, hey, this battery's cool and all, but I'm not so sure that it's gonna help me. Oh, getting very dangerously killer low. Zaps down. Eesh, these stalkers are doing massive damage. Zest just come up with some damage. Just the 1 battery. Ah, it makes me wish he had more. And just as I say that, actually, a battery finishes up for Zest. So he's gonna knock some shield down out of these guys, and yikes, he's starting to think maybe this guy forgated me or something. And yeah, he did. So I just wanna... Oh. Yep. I'm just as surprised as you, Zest. I mean... Basically, you thought everything was groovy, It's 4 minutes. Your opponent takes a Nexus that pops up at the same time as you. You get 2 kills in the main. It's just, you fly back. Meanwhile, uh-oh. And he has no idea this is going on. He needs to see this. He needs God vision right now. I think this is a big issue with the mentality of Zest, honestly. Or just Stargate players with oracles in general. I mean, I definitely suffer from wanting that economic damage with the Stargate, it's really nice if you can just double strike down some drones, hopefully get like 8, and then you have a huge Protoss lead, which no matter what. Look at this, 4 Stalkers versus 4 Stalkers, and he's losing hecka bad. Just not the trades that he wants to get right now. Gotta micro back those weak Stalkers, dog, otherwise it's very painful. Look, that one's dead. That one could have survived a little bit longer. These zaps could have killed those Stalkers earlier. One more Stalker, get the battery up. Kite him back into the stasis ward. No such luck, man. Every single Stalker that gets warped in gets killed. Robo facility comes in, but Zest cannot continue, has to tap out. Cry uncle. Man. I feel bad when Zest loses. That's all. That's all. Well, I think that's gonna be it for me, guys. If you watch this, if you somehow found this on the internet, awesome. Good job. I might make more, so follow, like, subscribe the video if you want. Yeah, I had a great time today. See you guys later.